Hello all. This video is to show how to easily update the Google Calendar. If you look at today's date, we have Karen working from 12 in the morning until 8 a.m. for 8 hours, and that matches the time that is in this box of 12 to 8 a.m. So that looks great. We got April working from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 12 hours. It matches what's on the box in Google. And then we have April working from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. for another 4 hours, and that also matches. So this all looks good. For April's here, we could have combined these two to make it 16 hours. We didn't have to make two different ones, but this works. Okay, if we look at Sunday, it was a little unusual because Greg was there. So Greg is there for part of the day, but April was there from 8 to 6 for 10 hours. There's nobody from 6 on, but I think that's because Greg was there, so that's fine. But then here on Monday, we have Carrie from 12 to 8 for 18 hours. So that would normally be 8 hours unless it meant 8 hours here plus another 8 hours on Tuesday. But that's not really clear either. So if I go into this and look at this, we don't want to have anything that says all day. We want to always get rid of these all days. So I'm going to unclick that. I'm going to match what we have here. So 12 a.m. on the 10th. We'll just go and find 12 a.m. Oops, all the way to the top. Until 8 a.m. And it's also going to be on the 10th because this is just one day at a time. So 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. that's 8 hours. So I'm going to change that to be 8 hours and save. And so now we have that. I got rid of this, but I'm guessing that Carrie was also here on Tuesday. So since it's the same thing but on another date, you can hit these 3 dots, go in and hit duplicate, and again it's Carrie, but instead of the 10th it'll be the 11th, and it'll be from 12 to 8, and I just hit save, and then she's in there for twice. So I think we got that now straight. April was working from 8 to 8 p.m. 12 hours, but then it says April Mr. Bob at Summit, but I think she actually has that on the 11th. So this one, if we modify that, this is really an 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., which is another 4 hours here. So we save that. So then that is 4 hours. It matches. So we're good there. Then April was picking up Bob. So we don't have any times here. So we don't know how much to pay on this date. So we just got to edit this. Again, get rid of the all days. I know approximately when this was, but April's going to have to validate this. I think it was somewhere around 1 o'clock till maybe 4 o'clock. So I'm just going to say April 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. 3 hours. And then she'd want to put the mileage in here too, so we can pay that. And then she could say this is for picking up Bob, a discharge from Summit, and just hit save. And so then we have that there. She said here 11 to 5. Okay, so I actually got the time in there. It was just kind of hidden. So this is really supposed to be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we'll change this 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It already says 6 hours, so I know this is now 6 hours. I don't know the mileage. April will have to put that in, but now 11 a.m. to 5, and it matches, so we're good. Karen's working 16 hours till 12 a.m., so then we're good on that date. Then Karen on the 12th, we already went through that, so that's good. So here, Carrie, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 hours, but we have April in here for 12 to 8. So I'm going to assume that Carrie's actually means Friday because there's an empty spot here on Friday. So if I do this and get rid of, again, that all day, we don't want those all days in there. We'll go 12 a.m. here until 8 a.m. For 8 hours and save. And since I didn't change the date, it's duplicates putting 2 people on the same time, so I'm just going to move. I can just click and drag that over to the next date, and now Carrie is set for Friday, which would mean Thursday night at 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., but it's actually Friday. So then everybody's covered here. Karen has 16 hours. Then Gail and Ashley, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., then April. So for this, I'm going to modify this because we don't want this April. I can copy this just to save that. But we're going to get rid of this all day. Go on the 15th, change this to be 12 a.m. till 8 a.m. here, and it's still on the 15th for 8 hours. So, okay, that's there. And then April was here, and if I paste what I had before, it was 16 hours. So she was 8 a.m. till 12 a.m. on that date. So I'm just going to discard that. I didn't change anything on that. But I will take this, duplicate that, move it to the 15th, and make this here. I'm just going to paste what we had before, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., 16 hours. So 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. And that is the 15th, 8 a.m. and 12 does go to the 16th. So we'll save that. So that goes April all the way there on the 15th. And now we have our whole week straight. And there's none of those numbers at the top. There's none of those all days at the top. We have all the boxes filled in. And if I did anything wrong, please tell me. But this is on Friday what I'll be using to pay for this week. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.